Serenity Funeral Home. We are a family owned and operated funeral home where we offer complete personalized funeral services, leading our community in funeral and cremation services. Make an appointment for your pre need and at need arrangements by calling us at 702 647 0123. Once again, that number is 702 647 0123. Serenity Funeral Home, caring for your loved ones as if they're our own.
Chico Sticks, Pickles, Jolly Ranchers, Mary Jane's, Pop Rocks, Lemon Heads. Should I go on? Bitter Honey, Freeze Cups, Candy Cigarettes. Listen, how about you make your way down to the modern day Candy Lady and see all of this and more? Satisfy that sweet tooth Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Sight and Sound Candy and more. Follow us on IG at Sight and Sound Candy and on Facebook at Sight and Sound Candy. We are located at 1000 North Martin Luther King on the corner of Washington and MLK. Give us a call, 702-648-4444. Again, that number, 702-648-4444. Thank you.
Broadcasting live from downtown Las Vegas, you're tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
Yo, you tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
Welcome to Let the Ball Bounce. This your host, Dre Bailey.
It's your man, Goose Thomas. What it is, people?
Mr. Bill Blockham Logan is in the building today, man. We have a great show for you guys. I think I'm a little lower, and it's okay. Everybody can't see my FOA
I think
shirt.
I might be too high.
It's all right.
Hey. Stop that.
We love y'all, man. We appreciate everybody chiming in to Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio crew, man, as we give you guys the best of sports talk radio. Every Saturday, 2 p.m. Pacific Coast time, we are here to give you guys the best of sports talk radio. LTBB in the building.
Yes,
we identify as ESPN today. So please dial.
And we value everyone.
And we do. We value everyone. We're not discriminatory on anyone. There's no discrimination going on here at Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio Show. Whether you identify as a woman or you identify as a man or you identify as a animal, or you may identify as a lawyer, a doctor, some of these things that people identify as when they go on the Facebook, the janitors
Facebook docs.
Yeah, Facebook doctors, the janitors.
Facebook lawyers.
Yeah, Facebook
Janitors?
lawyers.
People
Facebook
identifying as janitors
psychologists.
now?
No, we have janitors going onto Facebook and then they identify as like a therapist.
Got you. I'm like, hold on, man. I don't nobody want to identify as a janitor.
Facebook psychiatrist.
Yeah, that part.
Psychologist.
Yeah, all that.
All that. Okay.
Right. And so we do our best to try to meet the needs of the people. And sometimes we fall short of that. And at the end of the day, don't hold that against us. Charge it to our mind and not our
Heart.
Yeah, not our heart, man. So we want to give you guys a little bit of Bible scripture here today. You hear me?
I'm listening.
Okay.
Pastor.
Thank you.
I'm listening.
Thank you. Put your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. At least that's what I would say if this was my church.
Okay. Okay.
Put your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care, man. I'm trying to have.
He helped Joshua out of the lion's den.
Yes. Yes.
He helped Gilligan.
Wasn't it Daniel in the lion's den?
Hey, whichever one. It was Daniel. Yeah.
Like, hold on, Joshua. I think Joshua went to the lions.
Oh, man.
All right.
We love y'all this morning. Big ups to the Bailey family. Yes, my name is Dre Bailey, but I lost my oldest uncle this morning, his battle with cancer. It is a really hard day for me emotional wise, because I've had a lot of things been going on in my family the past couple of months and maybe even the past couple of years. with, things in my family. So a lot of things I don't talk about, but today I lost my older uncle, Luther Ray. It hurts because I have 6 uncles and 6 aunts. On my mom's side alone, is 12 of them, and my granddad's 97 and my grandmother's 90, and they lost their oldest today. And so it's very hard for me because I have a funeral home, and so family called on me to go and assist with bringing him into our care. And so I rather it had been me. So I appreciate his daughter Felicia, my cousin, my first cousin. So, condolences to myself and the Bailey family for what we are about to embark on. And so if you have an opportunity today to pick up a phone and tell your loved one and call a loved one and let them know that you love them, today may be that day.
Yeah.
Because life isn't promised. And I know the old saying is life isn't promised tomorrow, but life isn't promised today. Right? This may be the last time you ever hear me speak. You just never know. Yeah. So to my family, I love you. And to y'all, Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio crew, Gorilla Cross Studios, I love you, man. And
love you too, brother.
I am going to try to pick myself up by saying that my 15U volleyball team girls won their volleyball game today, and I am extremely excited as the head coach. We worked so hard. We played a team that just owned us. Yeah. And we've all played sports and played against other schools or people where they just kind of just owned you in that particular sport. And we've lost the past year and a half to this team, and today my team made no mental mistakes. They came in and they were about business. They were loud. They were diving for balls. They were trusting each other. Yeah. And it just really warmed my heart, man. It just really warmed my heart. So big ups to the Kahunas for winning their first game this season. So
beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, man. Beautiful thing. So I love y'all, man. And we have a great show for y'all, literally. But please, 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 share the live feed right now. Share it to someone who may be struggling mentally or may be struggling just to get through the day. We have a lot of people, obviously, out in the world who struggle with identity, and we don't want to push that to the side because that is a real thing.
Sure.
Okay. So I want to let people know that Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio is sensitive to said persons who may be struggling in that area. If you are a woman and you struggling on being a woman and you may want to be a man, we understand your sensitivity. We just want to make sure that as a collective society that we create lanes for those said individuals.
That's the most important thing right there.
It's just creating a lane for them. And so I am looking over to someone who's just the eyes. The eyes just draw you in.
Yeah, man.
They just draw you in.
Yeah, man.
They just draw you in.
Agreed.
Please, please, please. We're going to let you know who our special guest is here in a minute. She's super Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk follower for years.
Big time.
Sometimes she may disappear, and then she come back and be like, "Hey,
bam,
don't forget about me. I'm here.
I'm in your face.
I'm here." But please download the Gorilla Cross app on your phone.
I thought I was gone.
And share it to everyone who wants to listen to sports. And then if you're listening to us on Facebook, please share the live feed. And we are on Twitter, and that's Let the Ball Bounce, and that is with one T. And Let the Ball Bounce on IG, and lettheballbounce@gmail.com if you want to be a sponsor of the show, like Sight and Sound Candy and More, and Serenity Funeral Home, located at 1140 Almond Tree Lane.
Yeah, man.
I've been having to use Bailey, the last name Bailey, when speaking at work or even when I'm introducing myself to people at work, because I have the same name as somebody else that has another funeral home, and so I don't want people to be confused. So in a minute, my name on the actual screen is just gonna say Bailey. So
Okay.
instead of Dre, I think I'm gonna get rid of the Dre, and I'm gonna just go by Bailey.
So, like permanently,
Well,
or just in business life?
just in business.
So you just like Pele, or like I don't know who else goes.
Bailey.
Bailey.
If somebody don't come get Michael
There you
McDonald,
go.
somebody come get Michael McDonald and escort him out.
Wow. Well, I mean, I think that's some player-ish. I mean,
Bailey.
in 2022,
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
Bailey.
go for it. I say go for it, brother. I really do.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want any confusion, and I don't want people saying that, they using my name to get people over there. Yeah, well, I'm Bailey. So that's what happens.
Yeah.
It's it's a small petty world
Very.
out here that we live in.
Very.
Man. People are a lot more sensitive. I don't want to say people are more sensitive in 2022. I think people have always had that Ralph Tresvant kind of just looming over their shoulder.
Yeah. On 22. Like
Quan, can we get the Ralph Tresvant song? I mean,
it's
because
here,
we
bro.
really do harmonize
It's on
that
20,
song.
bro.
So.
It's
I think sensitivity has always been there. I think now that we have social media, it's starting to be on display more.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
People have always been in their feelings.
Yeah. They just get to express them outwardly now to hundreds of millions of people.
Yeah. So we love y'all, man, and we appreciate all of the other sports groups that actually tune into us.
Absolutely.
Because we oblige by tuning into your pages also.
Indeed, man.
And so we want to spread the love, and we appreciate everybody for actually listening to us, man. So let the ball bounce in your inbox. Please send it to a friend. Hit share. If we got
please,
17, 20, 30, 40, 50 people, please share the live feed. We got a lot of March Madness to talk about. We got a lot of NFL to talk about. We have trades still being made in the NFL. We have placement being made in the NBA. We have just a lot of things going on in the world as a collective. So this COVID still exists. So we hope everybody out there is still doing whatever you have to do in order to secure your safety for you and your family. And that's wearing your mask or keeping your social distancing, whatever you need to do in order to make yourself feel comfortable. Please do that.
Hey, man. Wear your mask. If that's what you feel,
Yeah.
wear your mask, man.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Because you're not alone. There's a lot of people out there still on it. So
Yeah.
do your thing.
Yeah. And Calmine lotion does not cure all things.
It does not.
I think my grandmother thought that. She's like, "You got the flu, boy. Put some of this Calmine lotion on your
Did
throat."
you ever get you had the chicken pox?
Yeah, she
when you
put
were
that
small?
on me too.
You Bill, did you ever get the chicken pox? No.
Hold on.
What?
Well, it might have been. The chicken pox came
boy.
out in the 70s. I'm just messing with you.
Woo!
He never had it. That's good though. He probably
That's
had
really
the measles
good.
though. You had the measles? Yeah. So
Okay.
that's cool.
Okay.
That's
all right.
you get
All
a pass.
All right. Cool.
That's probably why he doesn't put like
Word.
stuff on his chicken and stuff, because
Right.
we're used to that, because they threw the whole bottle of Calmine lotion on us with the chicken pox.
Yeah. So I won't mind. It turned over to the food. I want everything drowned. It's like I drowned in Calmine lotion, so I want a whole bunch of syrup on my pancakes. And,
Now, hey. Syrup on pancakes.
come on now.
Oh, you do syrup
That's
on
what I'm
pancakes?
talking
Yes.
about, baby.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
My man.
I just don't do my fingers saucy.
No saucy fingers?
No.
I'm
Y'all
so
can do the
done.
saucy. Y'all
I'm
can
so
do the
done.
saucy fingers.
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
Well, I love to dip my fingers in sauce. Does that sound right?
No, not
Chicken
all the
fingers.
way.
I
Not all
love
the
to
way.
dip
Okay,
my
there we
chicken
go,
fingers
there
in
we go,
sauce.
there we go.
That's what she said.
We're trying to keep it PG, y'all. We will be doing a Let the Ball Bounce.
We try twice
after,
a week.
after
Don't
dark.
always work out.
One of these days.
Don't always work out.
After dark
After dark
version.
Man. We love y'all, man. And we have a special guest.
Yes,
in
we
the
do.
studio today.
Yes, we do. Look, so
Nails done, hair done,
I mean,
everything.
Yeah.
man. So we've been doing this show for well over 10 years. We're going into our 11th year doing this show, right? And locally, we have a lot of people that we know that we've invited here. Locally, that live right here. They have yet to show up to talk sports with us. Well, today, we have a young lady who came all the way from the 615,
Ooh, 615 in the building.
Nashville, Tennessee, on the Cumberland River.
I need to get to Nashville, Tennessee. I bet you
It's
it's
a dope city.
popping.
Yeah, Nashville's dope. Really underrated city. All the way from Nashville, Tennessee to talk sports with us.
Man.
She's still a fan.
Huh?
She's
Yeah,
still a
well,
fan.
we know that.
Yeah, she's still a fan.
No other fan to be.
Member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
Here we go.
Reppin'. Her name is Miss Lacey Dunn. What's good with it, mama?
Can we get a round of applause? Let's get up.
Hello.
That's dope, man.
Give it up.
Finally made it.
Yes.
Man, what's good?
I'm good.
You enjoying Vegas?
You know what? It's been a long time since I've been to Vegas, and I'm having a great time.
There it is.
Did you know that it was going to be so hot so soon?
So no.
So no.
Yeah, outfits were definitely made to, be a little chilly at night, and I had to rearrange, but I
Yeah,
got
you
it together.
There you go.
I like doing that though, like popping up in the city and then realizing that the weather's different. That just gives me a chance to go shopping.
Let's go shopping.
That's exactly what I did yesterday.
There it is.
Hey.
And there you have it.
Yeah.
So small.
Did you find any sundresses?
You know what?
It's coming. It's
It's
coming.
coming. The season is coming. I
It's
didn't
coming.
do a sundress, but I
Okay.
did a little short set. So
Okay.
There you go. There it is.
Short set. Big ups to all you OGs out there who still got your short sets from LA Street Clothing.
Yes,
On
man.
right now.
R.I.P. to Dana, man. L.A. Street Clothing, man. R.I.P. to the Discount Mall, which is now a furniture store in Northtown. We used to get our NBA-themed overalls with the pinstripes. Did you laugh because you probably had us? You never had one? Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Stop it.
Dana
the
Scott,
best.
my neighbor.
Dana Scott, man.
Oh, he was your neighbor?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
LA
You're
Street.
right.
LA Street Clothing. LA Street. I'm sorry, that was a local thing.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna let y'all have
that's
that.
what we do, man. So what your Steelers need? We gonna get right into it.
Whoa.
What they need? What do they need?
They need me. That's what they
Whoa.
need.
To do what?
To be the GM.
Oh.
Oh,
That may be a good look.
it would be a great look.
Can I get a job?
You know I got
Before
you.
you get the
Can I
job,
sign
can I get
on?
one?
First thing he gonna do is fire y'all coach.
I know. We have to talk about that. I'll talk to you off air about
Okay.
that. We can't feud on the radio like that. Don't fire my friend.
Oh man, that's hilarious, man.
So you would be the GM.
Yes.
Okay. How do you feel about being retired? I mean, are you gonna miss him? Were you a Big Ben fan?
So I was not a Big Ben fan, but because I am loyal to my team, I roll with him.
Okay.
His off the field things really bothered me, and I can't sit here as a woman and say that
There you go.
I agree with everything that he did. He got away with a lot of stuff that our black men wouldn't have gotten away with. So for me, I just can't just let go Ben Roethlisberger.
I mean, it's the truth.
Just the absolute truth.
I'm a Ben guy, and that's the truth.
That's
I
the
mean,
absolute truth.
so as I try to look at it from that, but he did do great. I think he'll be a Hall of Famer. I think he'll have a
absolutely.
lot of things that he will accomplish. But for me, I was ready for him to go. I was ready to go like 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
So, but I'm loyal, so I roll with him. But
There you go.
it's time for him to go. I mean, we'll see what the quarterback situation is going to be soon.
Well, that's
though.
one thing I do love about people is that when you're loyal, I can mess with you all day.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
It's that loyalty for me.
Yeah.
It's that loyalty for me. When I look at my cousin Bill across from me, He's probably one of the most loyal people I know, Goose too. And that goes a long way with me. So that loyalty means a lot. So that's dope.
Yeah.
man.
That's dope.
But the quarterback situation. So, you want to hear my theory?
Go ahead. Let's.
I love theories.
I love theories.
I love
So,
theories.
if I'm the GM, I wouldn't waste money on anybody right now because there's going to be some people coming out of the draft in a couple of years that we can go get. So, you give Mitch Trubisky his little, couple of
years.
millions, give him a couple of years, and then you trade up and go get who you really want. I don't think you go, everybody was talking about Aaron Rodgers and all the other stuff. Don't spend any money on anybody like that that's going to be gone in 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it real.
Yeah.
So, I think we did a good thing.
I think we did too.
And I know Mitch is not everybody's favorite person,
But
I mean, he also played for the Chicago Bears when we really know who he is. And they sucked when he was there. But let's look at who did he play with? Can we name people?
yeah.
I can't.
And how successful he was in that bad organization.
And it was a horrible organization at the time. Shout out to my friends from
Dreadful.
Chicago. I'm sorry,
Dreadful.
but they sucked.
Dreadful.
yeah.
But they did have 2 playoff appearances under
Exactly.
him.
With him.
Exactly. So, listen, one thing about the Steelers, don't count us out. We're going to get to the playoffs, right? Even when everybody said, even this past season, when we should have been, 4 and maybe won 4 games, maybe 5.
Maybe.
We made it to the playoffs on what? So, hey, let him get out there and do his thing. Don't waste your money on anybody else. And then you got a couple guys coming out of college we can go look at.
Would you have brought Juju back? Honestly.
Probably not. Honestly, no.
Really?
I don't think I would. I think, so here's the thing. One reason why I follow the Steelers is because of how they come about and them as a team. They don't really waver from who they are.
Yes.
Juju did not fit. We don't need anybody. I don't need you like Chug all in the video. I don't need that from my football team. I want you to go out there
Dancing.
He was literally all in the video.
all in the videos, all in the TikTok.
really
I don't need
was.
you doing that. I need you to go out there, play your heart out. Make
But
your
didn't
money.
he do that?
But that block on Vontez Burfict, that didn't.
Well,
nothing?
I mean, it was appreciated, of
Yes, it
course. I
was,
mean, I'm not going to act like
absolutely.
say I didn't appreciate it because
appreciate
Burfict is a
that.
whole different
No,
person,
not
right?
even. Still a
But
I
I mean,
appreciated
at
that.
the same time, I just think from an organization standpoint,
Sure.
that is, he brought a lot that we just don't do right now.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to go to Jackson State and play for Deion Sanders and you want to be all in the videos, then you go play with him.
He ain't gonna allow that either, though.
And he really not going to allow it, even though he's in all the videos.
Yeah.
And that's a little shade because I went
That's
to
why
Tennessee
he's
State
not.
University.
Well, there
so.
you go. There's that. There's that.
He gonna be doing the 9 dance. 9,
I think it's 8. I think he got
it's
2
8.
cut
I
off,
think
brother.
it was
Yeah,
2.
I think it was
8
2.
toes down. So, do you like the moves that the Steelers have made so far in this early offseason?
So, I'm not mad at it. I think that's a better way to put it.
Okay.
I'm not, all the different signings and the changes, I'm actually not mad at them. I think you can still come up on top after this.
Sure.
Our division is growing. I think that's a good term for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just have to move also with the division that's around you. And I hope that we don't get, stuck and static
There
and
you
staying where we are.
There you go.
Because we are such a, we run the same, defense. Everybody knows that's what we're going to come with.
Yeah.
Our front office, they don't waver.
They don't.
But at the same time, as we do in life, you have to grow with the times.
Yes.
So I think we made some good changes that could help us with that, but also stay true to who you are. Like
Yeah.
when I look at, I want to see Steeler football. I don't want to look out there and all of a sudden our quarterback is running like Lamar. I don't need you to do that. I
Right.
need you to do what you do.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So
That's right.
we'll see.
I love it.
I like that.
Because I'm the
That's
same.
a good take, bro.
That is a great take.
That's a really
As a-
great
as a-
take.
So
Yeah.
would you have a problem with them going after Malik Willis as a quarterback coming out in the draft?
That's the young boy.
He's young.
Young boy.
I wouldn't have a problem with it because so my thing with quarterbacks is that I need to know that when you need to move, you can move. But I also need to know if I need you to stand in the pocket and throw, I need you to throw. And for him, I just want to make sure that if you can throw, and I don't need you to get 10 yards, I need you to get 20, 25. we're at a, 4th and long and we're going to go for it. I want to know that I can trust you to get the ball down the field. So if he can get the ball down the field, I say go for it. But
He has a strong
Really
arm.
he has
strong arm,
a strong
bro.
arm.
Really strong arm.
He has a strong arm. So I think, of course, let's see what he does and make sure that he can just. And then I need you to fit into the culture.
Yeah.
A lot of times these teams, I think, are trying to get to the culture of the person that's coming into, and that's not how you have longevity.
Yeah.
You need to find somebody who fits your culture.
Yeah.
So if he can come in and play good Steeler football, I go get your jersey.
Oh man.
That part.
Oh, man.
Okay, Molly Quirm, maybe she needs to be
It's
done.
a wrap. It's a wrap for her. Yeah,
Oh,
she's done.
Molly.
She's done. Poor.
We'll talk about her today too. Jeez.
My God.
And I'm a woman's woman, and it hurts me.
She's a little butthurt. And so let's just dive right into it. Deshaun Watson is with the Cleveland Browns, and he answered to the press a couple of days ago a lot of questions surrounding the allegations that he was found, basically, that were throughout. How do you think he, number one, handled that? And we can all talk about that. And number two, how do you feel about Molly's stance on what she said about him?
Okay. So one, if he says he's guilty, and he's not guilty, let me say that, and he believes that he did not do that, I don't think he should waver from that. I think your innocence, if anyone's going to make sure that you are innocent and you stand firm in that, it should be yourself. So I'm not mad at him for that.
Can you set up what Molly said so people know?
It was.
You said something Molly said. I don't know.
Oh, you didn't see that?
No. So just for people that are watching.
So people who are Molly feels that it's too early in this investigation, basically, for him to be getting another opportunity and job, and and she feels that he shouldn't.
She feels that he should still be on the hook.
Right. And no.
Like that's like, come on, man. Like, when is enough enough?
So,
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
Come on, bro.
No.
But
so,
did she have that same energy with Ben?
was she
Not
on
that
the,
I
Was she
remember.
on the air with Ben?
I don't think she was on the.
So,
she
so,
may
wasn't
not
on the
been
air.
so here's my
on
thing.
first
I'm
take
not
at
going to
the
hold her for that simply because she was not a factor when Ben went through his stuff. And
Right,
that's
right,
not
right,
to
right,
be
right.
shameful, but she was
Right,
not.
she
We
wasn't.
didn't know who she is.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she has and as a woman, I get standing on that, and you want to support women, especially victims, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm not mad at her for that. But again, here we are with a young black man, and his career is on the line.
Yes.
And I don't feel the court of law says innocent until proven guilty.
But she wants him to still be on the hook.
And she
pretty
wants
much.
him to, and I don't think you need to do that when the court of law has stated
Has
that
spoken.
has spoken.
They
So
They spoke.
and he needs to move on from that. We have allowed Ben to move on from that. So you need to allow him to move on from that. And I am going to go with that. Now, when there's smoke, there's fire.
Mm.
I think my personal opinion is,
Mm.
I really think that he probably think he wasn't doing anything wrong, which a lot of people do in these situations. They just don't think that they're wrong.
Right.
And I think, I don't know. I can't imagine that many women coming up and
Sure.
all of them are wrong.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
Now, there's this thing where, hey, I hear somebody say like, hey, that kind of happened to me. Well, we might be on to something here. I think that is what's happening here. But in reality is, in the court of law,
Yeah.
it's over with. For right now, it's over with. So I think we need to allow him to work, because none of us will not want to work because of an allegation that we believe is not true about
Right.
ourselves.
Sure.
Well, and then Molly said, obviously the amount of money that is given to him by Cleveland is clearly irresponsible. She pretty much said to
We'll be mad
offer
at
him-
Cleveland.
to be offering him that amount of money when he should still be on the hook. Is basically what she said.
Well, we to tell Cleveland how to spend their money.
I mean,
I want her to come in here and tell me how to spend mine.
Hello.
So
Then borrow 100.
I'll talk to you. Again, I'll talk to you off air.
yeah, I just look. I've been in law enforcement for 17 years, right? So I've been privy to sit in on court proceedings, time and time again, and I've seen black men that I'm sitting there like, yeah, you guilty, dog. But on the flip side of that, I've been in proceedings where I've seen black men get charged, and in my head, I'm like, after listening to evidence, I'm like,
Right.
So for Deshaun Watson to go through what he went through this entire calendar year and a half.
Yeah.
Well, we just gonna talk about the football season. Let's just talk about the season or leading up. So yeah, a year and a half. And for him to go through all of that and it come out that, hey man, he's innocent of these allegations, let that man go, bro.
It's a lot of people in this world that were found innocent in the court of law, but have to still be ridiculed and called guilty after the fact.
Sure.
You
Absolutely.
know, the whole thing with, hey, Michael Jackson did this. Okay, he went through the whole court proceeding and he was found innocent, but people still in their hearts believe that he's guilty.
Here's my thing. Could it be just a simple situation where he had different masseuses? Different masseuses that gave him massages, and I'm not going to say that happy endings happened.
Is
But-
there such thing as happy endings?
Yes. I mean, just yes, it is.
And I mean,
I think I want a tragic
they
ending.
know who he is. And they know who he is. One of them tried to bribe him. You remember? One tried to bribe him. Was found out. So my thing is, I'm not going to sit here and say that, he was wrong for getting a massage from different masseuses. That was his thing. My thing is, dude, you know who you are. When you do that, you open yourself up to
Absolutely.
being railroaded.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Having your character assassinated.
This is us giving responsibility to Deshaun Watson and not exonerating
That's
him.
my thing. That's my thing.
Just in case y'all didn't figure that out.
So my thing is, I guarantee you he's learned his lesson now.
Absolutely.
Because it almost cost you your career.
Regardless of what happened, right? Regardless of him being found not guilty, Deshaun Watson has to assume some responsibility here.
100%.
For putting yourself
Have to.
in that situation.
got
Not
bro.
for a crime, but putting yourself in
but
that
putting
position.
yourself in the spot.
In
Not
that
for the crime,
position.
but putting yourself in the spot.
Yeah.
You gotta assume responsibility for this.
You
bro.
have to. I've grown up on the streets. I've had a lot of people on the streets, and there were times where I had decisions where I could either go and hang out with my friends on the streets when they were doing said things, or I could stay at home. And so it was ultimately up to me to make that decision of what I did. Now, if I went out on the streets and got caught up with them, well, whose fault is that? Nobody forced me to go. Nobody forced me to hang out. That was my fault. I was responsible for myself. You can only be responsible for yourself. And I think us as black men, we need to start taking more not saying that we don't. I think we need to start taking more accountability for our actions and the things that we do. Point blank,
I'm gonna
period.
make that a meme.
Agreed.
I'm gonna put that in a video.
I like that.
I
Can you
appreciate that.
imagine if Chris Brown didn't have that voicemail?
Oh,
Oh,
Lord,
my
because he was
goodness.
already crucified.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
And then I heard the video. I said, heifer? I used the word that my granny used. I said, no,
called
this
her
heifer
heifer?
didn't.
Yeah.
A whole
Yeah.
hell.
A
A whole heifer.
A
A
whole
whole
heifer.
one. Make sure she a whole one.
Yeah.
Fatted calf.
You know, I think.
I mean, can you imagine?
Bruh.
He would be going through the ringers
It'd be all
today.
bad. It'd be all
Because
bad.
of his history too.
Yes.
Yes,
His
so
history
he
with
has a history.
he has a history with Rihanna and all of those things. You know, I heard that
But that was over 10 years ago, right?
yeah. But see, this is one thing I wanted to tell you about the whole Rihanna thing. You know, he bit her. Right. The only time a person bites someone is when they're losing.
Yes.
Right. She was whooping on him. Right. And so
I
he bit her.
100% agree
Hey,
on
man.
that.
She was
Rihanna
whooping
was
on him.
whooping up.
She
on
was
her.
whooping on him.
I think he was getting abused.
He was getting.
My man was getting abused. No.
You know,
there's male abuse too.
but he
They,
had.
they were fighting.
They were fighting.
That was a good way
and
to
she
put
was
it.
winning, so he bit her. So, get up
Right.
off. I mean, that's what Tyson was doing when he was losing his fight. He bit the man's ear, right?
Twice.
Right? And I done seen street fights where a person was like, "Oh, he biting me." That's because you winning, bro. I mean, you know, you got to expect that. But at the end of the day, when you carry a history, people already assume the bad,
Sure.
right? And so when that whole Chris Brown thing happened, people were like, "Oh no, he did it."
Yeah.
I agree. But it goes back to what you said. Chris Brown has to put himself in a situation where this does not happen.
Yes.
So he needs to take responsibility to the fact that he is negligent
Yes.
when it comes to who he dates and when he dates and how he dates them. And until he does that, he's going to constantly do that because he keeps making the same mistakes and with the same women.
Yes.
You saying a whole lot right
And
there.
he would not have to keep his phone on record if you made better decisions.
Okay.
But sometimes,
Sometimes you might.
sometimes, and
But she called him
yeah,
back for the second
For
Go
round
round.
2.
in hopes of a second.
round
Yeah,
two.
She won round 2.
She won a round 2. And,
Yeah.
Oh, it's scheduled for 10, but it's going in early.
Oh, Dre.
But it's going in early.
and she not knowing that just a
Knockout
round 1 was
blow.
all I needed.
Yeah.
I don't need a round 2.
That's
Yeah.
all you had in
That's all I
it.
need.
man.
That's all I need.
Sometimes you're a one-hitter quitter.
Yeah. I'm
What that
going on
man
to the
had
next
in him.
one.
Yeah. You know, and to go back to what Bill and Goose and Lace were saying, black men, and men, period, have to be more responsible for the things that we do. Take accountability for the things that you did.
And them specifically because of their celebrity and the
Yes.
money that they
Yeah, that
have.
makes it even.
Yes. And I know women are going to hate me for saying this, but there's a lot of leeches out there.
Oh.
No, but please, no. Say it. I need you to say it a little louder. These mics
You
work.
want my mic too?
It's a lot of leeches out there, okay? And
My
you know, even and like you said, they have a celebrity, attached to them. So you have to be mindful of the people who you put in your space.
Yes.
And it's not all, and I get it. It could feel great in the time.
Okay,
Ooh,
but
feel
so
good.
a lot
But
of
it's
men,
not worth
so
it.
a lot of men gonna hate me for this, but there's a lot of them dogs out there.
Yes,
It is.
Yeah. Tons of them.
It is.
Tons of them.
know?
I 100% agree.
So that
With
goes
fleas,
both
too.
ways. What
Yeah.
you're saying.
It does.
So I'm not mad. I hope you guys aren't mad.
No.
And
That's
I hope
us
women
taking
aren't mad for you
responsibility
saying
and
what
putting
you
it on
just
men
said.
Yeah.
again, y'all. Just
And I hope women aren't mad for you saying for what you
You
said.
know what? So here's the thing: when it comes to accountability, we always want the opposite sex, if that's who you date, to hold themselves accountable.
Agreed.
But in the year of our Lord and Savior 2022, let's start looking in the mirror, okay? And look at yourselves and hold yourself accountable for the things that you do. And we have to also, and that's what makes you a good friend, is also telling your friends when they are trash. Okay? So we have to hold ourselves accountable for the things that we do and make sure that we are doing the right things. Because a lot of times when you do the right things, you end up getting good results.
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
So-
I think people need to be more honest with each other. And I think sometimes
100%.
I agree.
the reason people aren't as honest with each other is because they don't want to hurt each other's feelings. I hear that a lot. I may hear a person playing
Forget
me
your
his
feelings.
rap song and say, "Hey man, what you think?"
Trash.
Inside, I want to say, "You know what?
Trash.
It's not good."
Give up.
Don't do that.
But us as human beings say, "You know what? I think it's pretty good, man."
And we got to stop doing that.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Because that man should have been a doctor. And we are wasting time on a track that is not there, when in reality, he probably is a really good physician.
There.
We are wasting time.
A track that is not there.
and here's another part of that. self-reflection,
Yes.
Yes.
sincere self.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get in that
Yeah.
mirror, turn
Like
that
she said,
turn that light on in the bathroom, get in that mirror and look at
Yeah,
yourself.
man.
turn the
And
light
say,
on.
what am I?
Yep.
Or what can I change?
Yes.
Self-reflection is a big part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Huge.
because it's a lot of people don't think that they do anything wrong.
Man,
Well, I'm
telling
gonna start
you.
carrying
You
a
know.
mirror around me, and it ain't for drugs. It's to look
Oh.
myself in the mirror when I feel I am too much of a giant in my own head,
Ooh.
and I'm
That's
gonna
a good
look.
way to put it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna look at that mirror and say, you know what, Dre, I need you to, shrink down to
Simmer
size
down just a tad. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
come back home. And so, looking in the mirror is something everyone, if hit the like button. If you have a mirror at home, you should always have a mirror handy.
Yeah.
And so,
And even on the opposite side for a positive. So sometimes we are very hard on ourselves.
yeah, we are.
And I just want to make sure that you also look in the mirror and tell yourself that you are good and you are
All right.
worthy.
Yes.
That's right.
Because those are the things that I know I actually struggle with that, which is, I find all the negative and all the things. Does this look right? Did I do this right? Am I doing this at work? Am I saying the right things? Am I doing the right things? And I think, when you look at my resume, I'm probably doing really great compared
on
to
now.
other people.
Talk to me.
So sometimes we have to also step out of yourself and say, hey, you're actually doing really good.
It's
Yeah.
okay to, what she's saying, y'all, please zoom in. What she's saying, y'all,
It's International Women's Month, y'all.
it's okay
We here.
to celebrate yourself sometime
Yeah.
Yes.
for
Yeah.
the accomplishments that you have done. Say it again. It's okay to celebrate yourself. That's not being vain. It's not being, arrogant or
Right.
having a big ego.
That's right.
It's okay to say, you know what? I've come a long way. And when you look at my resume,
I'm all right in these
I
streets.
think I'm okay.
I'm
Yeah.
okay.
And we are really hard on ourselves, because we want to do better. And I think that's a good thing to have. I think that's something that we need to all have, that type of fire inside of us,
Agreed.
because that pushes us. We push ourselves. And so,
man.
Acceptance.
yes.
Yeah.
That's another thing that it's called.
With that.
Because when you have those moments where you aren't sure about yourself, whatever, it's that because you're not accepting who you are.
Yeah.
And if you're a great person, you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right.
During the election, some young cat asked me, well, what are you doing? What are you doing to better the United States?
Doing stuff before you was born.
And I said, first of all,
You hit
I
him with
said,
the
first of
first
all,
ball.
I work for a living. I pay my taxes. I've raised kids. I'm not a criminal.
Right.
That's what I'm doing to make this country better.
Is
Now, there's people out there who don't do what I do. They do the opposite.
Yeah.
Ask them.
Yeah, don't ask me.
You know,
brother.
well, I've written the president. I said, so what? I'm not going to write the president. What I'm going to write him for?
I'm not wasting
He
my ink.
might not even look at that. He'll
Not
look.
wasting my ink.
He
No.
probably doesn't read them. He has a staff
Yeah.
to do that.
He has a staff.
Yes.
Not wasting my ink.
He said, I've written the president over 100 times. Okay,
Bless your
good for
heart.
you.
Probably got carpal tunnel now.
What did you ask?
Hmm.
And has it come to fruition?
Mm.
Has it changed?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I said, but don't ask me what I'm doing to make this country better. I think I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
You're doing what you're supposed to do in your in your world that you're surrounded with, is being a great human being.
That's
And I
it.
think if
You
we
can do
all focus on being great human
Yes.
beings
Be all right.
around the people that we are around,
We'll be all
this
right.
world will be a lot better.
Tell me.
A
Yeah.
lot better.
All right,
No question
let the
about
ball
it.
bounce. Sports Talk
We in here,
Radio,
man.
man. Your guy Dre Bailey,
Man, Goose Thomas.
Bill Blockham, Logan. Girl,
Man,
this is you.
unreal stuff.
You be a co-host if you want.
I mean,
I
just
mean-
pull up.
They are saying y'all need to at least rent me an apartment every week so I can come on the weekend.
you know what I'm
You
saying?
know what I'm saying?
Saturdays, man.
I mean, Saturdays,
The
I can make it.
honeycomb.
The hideout.
I can make it happen.
You know what I'm saying?
That was
Straight
and it's a
up.
nonstop flight.
It is a
Beautiful thing,
nonstop
man.
You
flight.
know what I mean?
Beautiful thing.
Let the ball
man,
bounce.
man.
Sports Talk Radio, man. This is what we do, man. We give you guys the best of Sports Talk Radio. Now, if you have been, just if we're going to stick to football right now, right before we get into this March Madness and a little bit of the NBA, a lot of teams are making some really major moves, and a lot of moves aren't even finished yet.
Oh no, oh no, I don't think it's even being close to done right now. One in particular being Tom Brady. Now he voiced that he is making his return, but I don't think he necessarily stamped that it would be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, though. Because if you noticed, has Rob Gronkowski re-signed?
No.
Anybody see that?
No.
He hasn't. You have Chris Godwin fresh off of an ACL tear. I mean, do you really want to deal with that? Okay, you got Leonard Fournette coming back, and he was a huge part of the run game, no question. But who's backing him up? There's a lot of questions down in Tampa right now, man. So, I mean,
do you really think? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Bill's
I'm
about to
listening.
ask my
I'm
question.
listening.
Go ahead.
Do you think that Bruce Arians is just going to let that man walk?
no,
Which
no,
he
I didn't say
has,
that.
which he has. What, 1 more year or 2 more years left on the count?
I think he signed a 2-year deal.
Okay.
It was a 2.
So he got one. He has 1 more.
Was it
year
a?
left.
Was
Bruce
it a?
did.
Tom Brady's signed
No,
this year.
Tom.
Tom Brady signed
He
this year.
signed.
He'll be a free agent at the end of
At the end of
this
the
next season.
Now-
at the end of the year.
Now,
So there's no
Trades are all-
trade. There's no trade. I'm telling you right now.
have you heard
And
that
the
from
rumor
Bruce?
was Miami, right?
21st.
Well, I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, that was what came out, but I'm
That's
not
what-
even
that's-
stamping Miami.
No.
21st
No.
round.
Yeah, I'm not even stamping Miami.
Well, that's the team I heard. Miami.
right. We heard that, but
So
I'm
who
not
they going
stamping
to
them.
going to trade him for?
I mean, hey man,
Tua
we've seen
Tagovailoa?
we've seen some
No.
crazy
Bridgewater?
things.
No.
You know who you
I
have
mean,
to
unless
give
he-
up to get Tom?
Yes.
You have to give up.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to give up some.
It'll be
Even my
him.
unborn children would
Yes.
have to go.
Yes. Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
My unborn children will have to go
Yes.
to give up Tom
Sorry,
Brady.
sorry, little Johnny, but
Let Johnny.
Little Lacey ain't gonna even
Hey,
make
man,
it. Okay?
He's not.
I mean that's Tom Brady.
Bruce Arians already answered that question right.
Yeah.
I think it was a couple of weeks before he came. He said he was returning.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Is there any way that you would trade?" Because it was out then.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Is there any way you would trade Tom Brady?" He said, "Absolutely not."
Haven't we heard that before? I'm just leaving the window open, OG. I'm not saying that it's a foregone conclusion.
Okay, Goose. So
But
where
haven't
does
we
he go
heard that
then?
before? I don't see. That's the thing.
Where does he go?
We don't know.
Let's look
He
at
ain't
the
going
other
to the Bay
31
Area.
teams.
That's for
We
sure.
don't know.
And where does he go?
We don't know.
He goes back to New England?
Oh no, that's not
You
going
know
to
what?
happen. They got
You know
theirs.
why Goose
They got
saying? You know why
theirs.
Goose is saying?
Don't
We
think
don't
for me,
know.
Bill. Don't do this. Don't do that,
Tell
Bill.
me.
Don't
Because
think for
Tom
me.
Brady is
No, has nothing
a
to do
Bay
with
guy.
it. That has nothing to do with it, sir.
So you're saying he's a habitual line
That
stepper?
has
He's a Bay.
nothing to
He's
do
from-
with it.
What
Billy.
part of California he's from? Northern California.
Northern
right?
California,
He's in Northern
yeah.
California, right?
Trey Lance is our quarterback.
And he would
Oh,
love.
No, he ain't.
He would love.
Yeah.
He can
Trey
talk
Lance
all that
is the
Trey
quarterback.
Lance stuff all
Trey
he
Lance
wants
is the
to.
quarterback.
But he would love
For him
Who's
to
your
go to the
quarterback last year?
Niners?
to go up to Niners.
Okay, that's
Well,
who your quarterback
anybody
is.
would you give up Dak right now for Tom Brady?
No.
Oh my gosh, Bill. I've been waiting on
No.
this whole show for Bill to say
No.
something that I know that he
No.
you would.
No, I wouldn't. I'm cool with Dak.
You might be cool with him. Listen,
But
I'm
you
gonna tell
can
you right
win
now.
with
You
Brady.
can take all
How do
four of our
how do you know
quarterbacks
he's
right
gonna
now.
win with Brady?
Because wherever he goes,
Wherever
he
he
wins.
goes, he wins.
shows.
He has shown us wherever he goes, he's going to
And
win.
if we was to make that trade, he come to Dallas and we lose. I thought.
You'll
That's
be
a-
doing.
but that's
You'll
a
be
strong-
doing the same thing y'all been doing, losing.
I'd rather lose with him than lose with that.
I'd rather lose with Tom Brady than
Any day.
lose with anybody on
Yeah,
planet Earth.
we lost.
Taking snaps.
We lost.
We stay losing.
Okay, so we all lost.
We lost.
We're not the only
here's
one that
the thing.
lost.
No, we ain't.
No, you're
Yeah.
not. But
We all sitting
however,
on the same couch.
Billy's a shrewd mover, man.
He's the only one that
Billy's
lost to the
a
49ers.
Shrewd mover,
Yeah,
man.
we lost to the 49ers. We did.
at the end of the
Shrewd
day,
mover.
I'm going back to this Tom Brady thing.
Man.
At the end of the day, and
Come on,
I am
Billy.
not a Tom Brady fanatic by any means, but the man has done some things that we have not seen with our own two eyes
Man.
in the sport of football.
Mhm.
And you telling me, even what he's done in the past 2 years, at Tampa Bay, you wouldn't want that on your team.
No.
Take Dak out of it. Just take Dak. Just look at your team.
No.
Oh man, Bill.
Really?
Bill, you almost made my
you
Southern
have to
draw
be-
really
look,
come out.
Sometimes you have to be satisfied
No,
with what you have.
don't.
Yes, you do.
So-
I said sometimes.
Well, this ain't the time.
Now you guys,
So if
you
I have a
guys wouldn't
chance
be
to
satisfied.
improve,
This is not the time.
You guys probably wouldn't be satisfied, but I'm satisfied.
if
with
I
that.
have a chance to improve
Satisfied or winning?
on
was 12
something
and 5
that I
last
know
year.
can use improvement on,
We were 12-5 last year with Dak.
Emmitt
know.
Smith wiggling in his grave.
he is wow.
Bill, you must the whole Southern draw
I
came
don't
out
think
on
Billy
that.
mean that.
I take him.
I don't think he mean
In a
that.
heartbeat.
Man, no
He
question.
can have
It's not
him,
even a debate.
Mason,
Man,
Josh,
I don't like sauce on my fingers, so you
Haskins.
know.
You can have all the quarterbacks.
All of them.
Literally, you can take every quarterback off the Steelers right now and give me Tom Brady,
For
and
1
I'll,
year.
and I'll be his
And
backup.
I'll figure everything else out.
That part.
Okay.
Now, do I want Tom? Now, if Tom
No.
Brady said, I want to come to the 49ers, would I reject him? Absolutely not. I know that's not what's in the cards, though. I know that as a 49er fan, that's not in the cards. Trey Lance is the next up.
No, he's not. Guapolo is
Y'all,
not
Garoppolo
Guapole.
is gone,
but
bro.
Guapolo
He's
is
gone.
Jimmy G's your guy.
Jimmy G's your guy.
Unfortunately,
Y'all.
it's your guy. And
Why
you
do
just
they
got-
hate Jimmy G so?
I don't know. It's Tom Brady 2.0.
No, he's
Let the
not.
people in New
Don't
England
do
tell
that.
it.
Don't.
I'm just telling you what the people in New England said. They was hurt when y'all got him. You can do that.
I bet they ain't hurt now.
Where did y'all go last year because of him?
Oh,
Man, that's
Trey
the type of
Lance
guy. Because
would
of
not
him?
have. Trey, he was
Our
quarterback,
calling
right?
card is running the football.
But he's the quarterback though.
Okay. So
Trey Lance-
the Baltimore
so-
Ravens
so
got to
Trey-
the Super Bowl because of Trent Dilfer.
Why we keep bringing up Dil?
He's the
Why we
quarterback,
keep
right?
bringing up
He's the
Dilfer?
quarterback, right?
But I thought we were talking
He's the
about
quarterback, right?
Garoppolo.
Is he the quarterback, right?
like how we get to-
No.
So would
get
Trey,
him
Lance,
from?
would Trey Lance have
Y'all
gotten
giving me
him?
an example?
So
I'm giving you one back.
Can we just
Can I
keep
not do
it,
that?
Can we just keep it Garoppolo?
Can I not do that?
We just want to talk about the 49ers right now. That's
Yeah,
all we
that's
want to
all
talk
we wanna
about.
talk
Why are we bringing up Trent Dilfer? Who's Trent?
A team that got his a person that got his team to the Super Bowl.
Why we keep bringing up him?
Did he get his team to the Super Bowl?
Oh my goodness.
He was the quarterback.
He was the quarterback, right? Okay, then they on the same level. Trent Dilfer.
Now you know you don't
Jimmy
believe
Garoppolo,
that. You
same
can't
level.
even say that.
Okay,
You don't
now
believe
see.
that.
Okay,
Now
because
see?
that's what's being said
Now
right
see?
here.
But we're talking about them as a quarterback. Just take out
No,
everything
no,
else.
no.
No. So
Dre
you're pulling,
said,
you're
Dre
pulling
said
out factors that do
he's
not
the
matter.
quarterback, and he got him there, right?
For your team, yes.
Y'all.
I know you- don't hate me for that.
Would Trey
Shift this
Lance,
goalpost real quick.
would Trey Lance have gotten you to where you guys gotten last year?
I don't know.
Yeah, of course
No.
not.
I don't know.
The answer to that is a
We
hard
don't
no.
know. We don't know.
A hard no.
Trent
No.
Dilfer got his team there.
That's
If you bring up Trent Dilfer, take him out of your vocabulary.
Trent Dilfer
Right.
got his team there, and they won.
Why one more time?
oh my gosh. You need to go on
Just
and stick
saying,
with
y'all.
Jimmy G. Y'all gonna be all right.
Trent Dilfer got his team there.
Oh my.
Kendra
goodness.
said y'all gonna be
Trent
all
Dilfer.
Okay,
right.
so let's stick to that theme.
oh
If
Lord.
he's got his team there, Garoppolo will get you guys there again this
Okay.
year,
Okay,
and you should be happy.
that'll work.
Because contentment is where you should be in
Contentment.
football. According
You
to
go
Bill.
and then
I mean,
you're going with a
we know
commodity.
you know contentment because you said
you're
you would
going
take
with a
Dak over
commodity
Brady.
that you don't
so
know
we
nothing
know.
about. But you're
Contentment
going,
is there
you're
with
talking,
you, Billy.
You're talking Trey Lance, and you're going with a commodity that you don't know what's going to
Why
happen.
we don't know him?
You don't know. He hasn't played.
Well, we don't. We didn't know Jimmy Garoppolo
We
before he
didn't-
came
you
from New
didn't
England
play.
either.
Garoppolo
We
has
didn't
played
know-
for 3 seasons for you guys, right?
Garoppolo, you want me to
Huh?
want me to tell you something?
5 seasons?
Want me to tell you
Okay,
something you
so
probably
he's
didn't know,
played
Bill?
5 seasons with you
I'm gonna
guys,
tell you
right?
something- I'm gonna
He's
tell you
got
something
to a
you didn't
Super
know.
Bowl, and he got you to an NFC Championship.
Trey Lance in 2 starts has as many touchdowns as Jimmy Garoppolo did in 4 years in New England. Did y'all know that?
Why are we talking
But
about
why
the
you talking?
past?
He was the backup.
Did
He
y'all
was
know
the
that?
backup of the backup
Trey-
of the
Trey
backup.
Lance
What
was
does
the
that
backup
have to
too.
do with
Trey Lance was the backup too, right?
hibiscus tea in China?
Trey Lance was the backup too, right?
Goose.
Trey
You
Lance was
can't-
the backup too, right?
You can't do this.
So y'all not getting ready to force y'all trying to force Jimmy Garoppolo on me, and y'all
Goose,
can't do
people are
that.
listening to this.
Y'all can't do that.
You know
And
people
I-
are listening to this.
Absolutely, and I'm telling them.
Okay. All
This the
right.
same man that said he wouldn't take Tom Brady
I hear him.
There was
So
people
hear me then.
there was people telling the Chiefs. There was people telling the Chiefs to keep Alex Smith
Yeah.
instead of Mahomes.
Yes.
Same
Where did
thing.
that get him?
And I'm an Alex Smith guy.
Alex
I wouldn't
Smith.
have said that.
Alex Smith completed 0 passes to wide receivers in 2 seasons
He was highly
in
effective.
Kansas City. In Kansas City.
Well, speaking of Kansas City, they lose
There you go.
their
Everybody.
number one
bad.
wide receiver to
Foolish.
the Miami Dolphins. Tariq Hill is gone.
Cheetah.
Out of there.
And people think that the Chiefs are dead in the water.
Dead. Dead.
Who do you think came on top in this trade? The Miami or all of the doggone round picks that Chiefs picked up?
Wow.
They have so many picks. I can't even name them.
I think they end up getting 5
Was it 5?
for him. Yeah. They end up getting 5.
And it's 3 this year?
Now, Miami, if you look at their roster currently,
It sounds good.
they cooking. I'm not going to even front to you.
So have been the Browns for the past 2 or 3 years on paper.
That's
what
what
did
I
they
said.
do?
It sounds good.
Well,
Let them be Miami. Let them fend.
What they did, they just coming off of winning, 8 straight to end the season?
Yeah.
They got a little momentum.
And they fired the coach.
They fired the coach. You don't have him anymore.
Yeah.
Why did they wait until he was gone to
Yeah,
improve the
to do
team?
that. Yeah.
That's a little suspect to me.
And that's
Absolutely.
why there's a
Definitely
lawsuit.
suspect. Definitely
And
suspect.
that is why there's a lawsuit.
Yeah.
There's no way that this happens to anyone else.
Mm.
Shout out to the Steelers for picking up Brian Flores, though. Thank you.
Yes. Well, you know we was gonna do the right thing.
The linebackers coach, assistant defensively.
You know he's gonna do right.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's the Rooney way. It's the Rooney way.
You know, Miami on paper has a good team. On paper, their quarterback is a little suspect.
Oh, it's hard.
He has a little hip problem.
That's hard for me to
He has
say.
childbearing hips.
Oh my God.
It's fine. It's fine to
They're
have
not
child.
that wide though.
Well, they'll live hurt.
Some was sitting on them.
Whoa.
May not have been a child, but some
You know what I'm
was,
saying?
some was on 'em.
They have an average quarterback. So somebody's still going to have to get those 2 speedsters the ball. But to say that Patrick Mahomes
Yeah.
and the Chiefs are dead in the water, stop. They're more than capable with a great quarterback and a good coach,
Great
good tight end,
Great tight end. He's great.
and all of these picks to still be relevant. You got Raider fans celebrating like they
Oh,
just
yeah, like they
about to
won a
win a
division.
chip.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, thank you.
They're celebrating like they won the division. Well, sneaky, they pick up Valdez Scantling. And I guess people forgot they got Juju.
Yeah, they got Juju too.
So
He's going to help.
I mean, the division is
They're
going
going
to
to
be
be able
crazy.
to move the
They
chains.
gonna move the football, bro.
In the passing game.
They're going to move the football. It
just
won't be a
because
problem.
of Juju and Kelsey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scantling
Come
is
on
like
now.
a dark horse for them.
If they
I
can
don't-
get that, if they can
And-
get that chemistry to work, that's gonna
Yeah.
be something to see.
It
and
will work.
Valdez Scantling is a dude that can stretch the
Yes, he
field.
can.
Yes.
And
So-
you know they'll draft a wide receiver.
And they're going to
Oh, yeah.
draft
yeah.
somebody.
And there's some good wide
There's some
receivers.
real
in the
good.
draft.
This a wide out draft.
And they got a first round.
It's a wide out D-line draft.
Well, you got the Miami Dolphins think that Ray Finkel's little homie.
Mercury Morris is not worried about this Miami football team.
Come
is
on,
what
bruh.
you're saying.
They're Miami at the end of the day.
I mean, that's how we feel about Cleveland. So at the end of
They're
the
the
day,
Browns. They're the Browns.
They're the Browns.
So
are the
Miami
and
is the new Cleveland.
Dolphins going
No,
Dolphin.
Miami's just Miami.
Dolphins going Dolphin.
New England always had trouble historically going there. Even when Brady was there, they had trouble.
So with Deshaun
just partied
Watson,
too
we're
hard the
still
night
saying
before.
the Browns are the Browns?
The Browns are the Browns
I mean, they gonna beat
until
them.
they prove
Yeah.
otherwise.
I absolutely hate I ever picked them to win that division.
Well, I mean, you know.
Twice in a row.
Why?
Twice in a row.
Well, because
based on
you know,
personnel.
yeah, based on personnel,
Based on personnel.
and
I did
he said on paper
Yeah.
for a
They-
couple
they
of
were
years.
So
Yes.
you believed in Baker Mayfield?
No.
You did
No.
at some point.
I didn't believe in Baker Mayfield. I believed in their run game and their
Ooh,
defense.
let's find the tapes.
Yeah. Oh, no. I believed in Baker Mayfield?
You believed in Baker Mayfield?
Never. You never heard me ever say I believed in Baker Mayfield.
Facts.
Ever.
No,
Draft night, I wondered why he got picked first.
bruh. But
We
when
talked about it.
when they played against Chiefs, you was like, "Nah, Dre, Baker Mayfield is starting to play. He's coming into his own now."
No. That don't even sound right coming out of my mouth, Dre.
We're gonna
that
find
doesn't
it.
even sound correct.
We are going to find that.
And please send me that.
Please send it. Send it to me.
We need to find out when the
we need to
Cleveland
edit
Browns
that.
played when the Cleveland Browns played the Chiefs and they lost to the Chiefs. We need to find that tape surrounding that week.
It's look, you go back to last year when they had all that success and they went to the playoffs and beat you guys in the playoffs.
Yep.
During that whole time, it was a lot of Baker Mayfield believers.
I don't know.
I
why.
wasn't one of them. Tell you that.
Why y'all believing in him? Y'all believed in when he
I
was
thought,
in
I know
the
y'all.
I thought it was a sham
I mean, I'm
from the
talking
day
to-
he
to
got
the
drafted
viewers,
first.
Baker Mayfield.
I said it when the moment they picked him. I said, "Why is he going number one?"
What was that last year that they played the Chiefs in what game was that?
Oh, when they
They
won,
lost.
it was like a shootout where they end up winning. They won
They
that game.
won that game. That was
They
last
won that
year.
game.
That
That
was
was just
last year.
this past season. Yeah.
So last year,
Yeah.
when they were doing well,
Oh yeah.
all you got to do is just scan through that whole football season,
Oh yeah.
scan through some shows.
There you
That's
go.
what we gonna find.
There you go. And
Did y'all was believing in Baker?
And
I
if you
need
don't
one of them
find-
steak
and if you-
dinners again.
if you don't
I need
find
one
it-
of them steaks.
But
when
if
I
you
come
do
off this
find
detox.
it, oh boy.
I'ma look.
If was a fifth, I
Something,
never
you know.
believed in Baker Mayfield.
I think
That run game, that two-headed monster, which is what I did mention with Hunt and Chubb. I said they got the best backfield in all of the league. And it's probably not even a question.
Now you're gonna have me doing my research. That's good.
Defense
I'ma find
set. I picked him to win the division because of that.
I think we all questioned why he got drafted so high.
Absolutely.
So you weren't the only one.
Yeah.
So we all,
Yeah,
we all
that's what I
questioned
said.
that.
When
So-
that
Baker
night,
Mayfield.
But and did he had his struggles? But last year, there were a lot of believers, especially when they went to the playoffs. And they beat the Steelers. Oh, when they beat the Steelers in the playoffs, oh man, they were on cloud nine.
What about the year before that? Didn't they lose to the Chiefs?
Who keeps up with the Browns?
I don't know, man.
I don't either.
Except people from
look,
I'm just
Cleveland.
trying to find this show. That's what I'm
There's people
because I
from
know
Cleveland
it was
don't
a
keep up with
game where Cleveland lost in that playoff game is where that show lies. But we'll find
Where
it.
Goose said that he believed in Baker Mayfield.
Well, he just said, Dre,
That
you
was a
can't,
blasphemous words.
Dre, he didn't say believe, but he was like, Dre, you can't really, go hard on Baker Mayfield because he's been playing fairly well. But I'll find it.
Please send
That's
that
a
to me.
far cry from saying I'm a believer. Far cry.
Yeah, well,
But I give you that though, brother.
Okay.
Faker Mayfield
Yeah.
does not have a job right now.
And
No question.
And that's my thing. People are telling me, man, his career is not over. I said, man, it might be over.
He could be
bro.
out of the league.
Well, I mean,
it's a possibility. I was
Think
thinking
about it.
the other day.
him and Johnny Manziel have something in common. They were both put in positions to succeed in Cleveland, and they failed.
And I mean,
Somebody gave those two dudes the keys to the Ferrari.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
and I'm saying the reason why I'm saying that is because he hasn't shown any semblance of being a franchise quarterback.
Not one.
At all.
Not
Can't
even
even
a
see over his
backup.
Not even a little.
They
He do- and he
he
doesn't
only
wanna be
got
back
those
up.
he only got those 3-4 years because they drafted him so high, and they gave him an opportunity.
And they had the personnel around them. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it was like, here
Yeah.
you go,
Yeah,
mess it up. And he
they
did.
drafted this dude number 1 overall.
Yep.
So they were stuck with trying to make this dude the quarterback.
Sure.
So now, here comes this season,
Yeah, man, you gotta go.
Deshaun,
Yeah, man, come on.
and we're gonna give you a mighty big raise.
Come on,
Yes.
come on off the
That
couch.
check was big.
Yeah.
That check was swollen.
And he was butthurt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you guys believe in the Raiders now that they've picked up some key players in the?
They were a playoff team last year, so
I think
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
I think the pickup that's really like going unchecked here is Chandler Jones. I don't think people are really paying attention to that. Him and Max Crosby on either side, it's trouble for any offensive tackle in this league, bro. And the Devontae Adams, that pickup, that's the sexy pickup. Like everybody looking at that, it's the sexy pickup.
So you believe Carr is going to be able to get him the ball just like Brett Favre got him the ball during his career?
Carr had a good season last year.
A solid
bro.
season. He was solid.
He had a good
decent.
season last year.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Especially with all they went through.
you're
Yeah,
adding
decent
another
season.
weapon.
Yeah. I think they'll be okay. It's gonna be a brutal
Is
division
this
though.
part
Yeah.
of the 10-year plan that John Gruden had in mind?
oh, Lord.
I'm not finna give John Gruden no credit for this one, G. No, sir.
I mean,
No,
all the adversities
sir.
that they had, and they still managed to get to where they were last year.
Can
I
you
mean,
imagine
that
if they
speaks.
had Speed Racer still on
Yeah.
that team?
See what I'm saying? So I'm not going to count them out.
Yeah.
But they're also another team that I think they're going to be even though they are a loud team, I think they're going to win quietly.
Mm.
And then we're going to look up and they got 8 or 9 wins. And everyone's like, hold up.
Yeah.
Now we got to pay. Now we're going to pay attention to the
Right.
Raiders, and it's going to be too late.
Mm.
That's interesting.
Mm.
That's interesting.
Yes, man. Let the ball bounce. Sports Talk Radio, man.
I like it.
I love it. Your guy, Dre Bailey.
Nicholas Thomas.
Bill Blockham, Logan, man. We have special guests in the building. Late. I mean, what
That's Lacey
I
Dunn
mean,
in
what-
the
what-
building, man.
you got a radio name, personality? I mean, you just, Miss Lacey?
I'm
I
just
mean,
Lacey.
Okay.
There it is.
That's it.
all
That's
right.
simple.
Y'all can come up with a name. I'll run
That's
with
simple.
it, though.
Miss Lacey in the building, man.
Yes, indeed.
All the way here from, where you say you come from? Here?
Nashville.
Reveal, man.
Nashville. We need to go.
1-5.
Let me know when you come to. I
We need to
make
go to
sure
Nashville.
we have the city lay out the red carpet for you.
Oh my God!
That's what
I
I'm talking
heard the
about.
food in Nashville, and it's just me.
It's crazy.
I've heard the food in Nashville. It's just like
No,
some of
it-
the
it-
best
it's a-
barbecue.
So we are not known for barbecue. I'm not
Memphis,
going to let my
Memphis.
people from Memphis sit here and let me tell you that. But we are definitely a soul food type
Oh, no
of place.
doubt.
And Nashville is the home of the hot chicken. So you want some hot chicken?
Yes, indeed.
Come get to us. We'll get you.
So
I'll get
y'all-
you to the right place. You'll get the Princess Hot Chicken. That's the
So
originator.
y'all know how to make oxtails and stuff like
I
that.
got you. I can cook though, so I got
Oh.
you.
Okay.
So I got you. I'll make sure that you get a good home
Look at
cooked
these,
meal,
these young round trip tickets real quick. Hit me.
nonstop.
Man,
Because
shout
that was
out.
a big deal for me.
Straight up, I do not like layovers. I hate layovers.
Layovers are terrible.
I mean, that's a 4-hour flight. So I was
Yeah.
like, let me just get
yeah,
there.
just get through, man. Shout out TSU all through the timeline.
Oh,
Yes.
right
yes,
now,
yes,
all through
yes,
the feed,
yes.
man.
Go Big
Tennessee
Blue.
State Tigers in the building.
Go
man.
Big
Yes, indeed.
Blue.
Her name is spelled Lacey.
Lacey.
Yeah.
LACIE.
There it is. There it is, man.
There you go.
There it is, man. I'm loving it.
I know my family, everybody's on. My granddad is
That's
watching
good.
today,
That's
so
good.
shout out
Yeah,
to
man.
my
That's
what's
grandfather.
up, man.
Well, let's talk about some of this
Love.
March Madness, man.
It's insane.
It's madness.
It's
It is
insane.
nuts right now.
Absolutely insane.
That is why I
I
did
know.
not
I know.
want to pick.
And I should have not picked it.
I just wasn't going to do it. I'm
Terrible,
like, bruh.
Oh God, I think I got half the games wrong.
Yeah, well,
Just-
it's okay.
But
We just-
now, it's time.
Now
It's
we can
time.
hone
It's time.
in.
it's time to talk.
Heels.
Heels.
North Carolina pulled
I
out.
can say Heels too because I did
Yep,
adopt the
yep,
team.
yep, he
did.
Thank you.
You adopt a team?
Well,
I wasn't. I
he
didn't
got
have a
jumped
college.
into.
I didn't have a
Okay.
college team, so
Yeah. We gave
I
it
don't-
to
I
you.
technically
Dre
don't have a
asked me.
college
Dre
team.
asked me. He said, "If you did have a college team, basketball team, which one it would be?" And I said, "Well, it would probably be the Tar Heels."
So we jumped him in.
Yeah, jump me
Yeah.
in.
And then
Okay.
he filled out a questionnaire.
Okay.
And we sent it to the university.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're still waiting for a reply. And
Still waiting for a
right
reply?
now, he's just honorary. He's
Okay,
honorary.
okay,
Yeah, we
okay.
can't snap him quite yet,
Still waiting for.
but he can say
Confirmation.
heels though. We've given him that.
He can say heels.
He can say
Okay.
heels.
I'm
for
still
sure.
waiting for confirmation, like Miss, the Supreme Court Justice.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
Judge
Salute to that
Jackson.
woman.
Salute.
to that black woman.
Judge
Did you hear
Jackson.
some of the questions they would?
Man,
You know what?
look, I don't
And I-
even
and I
wanna go
watched
down-
it
oh, my
live.
God.
You know what?
Me
I
too.
knew that was going to happen, especially from the
Oh,
first
you
day.
had to know it was
listening
gonna
to all
happen.
the senators. That's why I didn't watch the rest
You
of it.
had
I
to
was
know it
like,
was gonna
She
happen.
It
is
was
about
insane.
to get grilled.
Man,
And she got
ridiculous.
girl.
And she did.
The question
Stuff.
was so insane.
Yeah.
that
Ridiculous.
It was embarrassing.
ridiculous.
So shout out to Judge Jackson, and
Yes,
hopefully she
indeed,
is the
man.
next Supreme Court
She
justice,
will be.
and
will
she
be.
should be.
We speaking that into existence right now.
But March
Speak
Madness.
it. But March Madness though. St. Peter's.
Huh?
Look, man.
Tar Heels scared.
They
scared.
We scared of who?
Look.
St. Peter's.
It's a great story,
Oh, they
bro.
could get handled.
It's look,
They
great
had
story,
a great
bro.
run,
Great story, bro.
Cool story.
Cool story, bro.
but they're about to get handled.
It ends here.
It ends.
It ends here.
It ends
Okay.
here.
So if it doesn't end, are y'all gonna call
Oh,
me?
we
in?
playing ifs?
I'm just.
Look, how
Hypotheticals
about
are
this?
real.
If it doesn't, you can call up and just breathe on the phone, and
Oh,
we'll listen to you.
You better believe I
We'll
will.
listen to you
Before the
100%.
top of the hour, too.
before the top of the hour. You can just call up. Just as soon as you see is your area code 615.
My personal cell is not a 615.
Okay, so what?
But I'm gonna tell them what number to look for,
Okay,
and you make sure
and,
I'm on.
and we will
Make sure I'm
listen
on.
to you breathe for 5 minutes.
Do
if
we
that-
know
if it
where St.
happens.
Peter's is
Jersey? It's in Jersey.
Jersey City, New
Jersey
Jersey.
City, man.
They only have
City.
3,500 students.
No, wow.
It's a small school.
My JUCO had more students than that.
Hills?
Insane. Yeah, man.
I wish you guys the best.
Look, man. Armando Baycott. There's no answer for Mr. Baycott.
Nah, it's not.
There's no answer for Leaky Black.
No.
Who did
There's
St.
no
Peter's
answer
just
for
beat?
Mr. Love.
There's not.
There's no
Purdue.
answer for Mr. Love.
Purdue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure Purdue said the same thing.
Love with
I'm just here to get you
27
guys riled up.
in the second half of last night's ball game. There's no answer.
Besides, change his shoes at halftime too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Went to the baby
Carolina
blue
Blues.
11.
Went to the baby
Yes.
blue 11s.
Yes.
Those are fresh.
Yeah, insane.
are.
I'm trying to find a pair, and I
Listen.
cannot lay my eyes on not.
Well,
don't-
if you are on the actual team, then just give them to me.
Listen,
It's gonna be trouble.
I'm willing to pay a penny, a pretty penny for those if I can get
Oh,
my
no
hands on
question,
them.
no doubt about it. But yeah, St. Peter's, y'all in trouble. We not everybody else.
I'm pretty
Just
sure
throwing
all
that
the
out there,
teams
man.
said
I'm
the
just
same.
throwing that out there.
All
you
the
know.
teams before them said that too.
I mean,
They're different.
Purdue,
They move
Purdue,
different.
Purdue,
They
Purdue
move
was
different.
big, but they weren't
That's what I hear.
quick. Their guard play just didn't like equate. And everybody knows when you step into this tournament in March, guard play and outside shooting have to be like your primary focus.
They needed
coming
Glenn.
into
They
this
needed
tournament.
Glenn Big Dog Robinson.
Yes, they did. I would agree with that.
They needed him bad.
I would agree.
Duke is
But
moving.
what you know what I saw even when they tried to use their bigs, that those bigs had problems.
Issues.
Except Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Williams did real well
A little more
against
nimble.
Yeah.
Yep.
When
Was
they
that
had
the
the 7-4
Kentucky
kid. No. That was last night.
Okay.
Right.
But they had the 7-4 kid in there. Dude, he was struggling.
Mm-hmm.
He was struggling when he got the ball down in the paint, trying to make a move. He's trying to do too many moves, blowing bunnies.
Yeah.
So, I don't see that happening with a team like NC. Like I said, it probably ends here.
Yeah.
But
We'll see.
you got to give them credit, man.
Yes.
Oh,
Because
you
they
have to.
play
Yes.
defense.
That's all I want to hear.
When that ball
Yeah,
is when
got
they
to.
even when that ball is made on their end,
Yes.
they stay right there
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
and
mean,
defend you
and-
all the way.
And real quick, pick these two games tonight because they're starting.
Yes,
So I don't want to be able to cheat.
that's what I'm looking at right now.
Houston and
Houston at
Villanova.
Villanova just
I'm
started.
taking Houston for the upset.
Nova is up
Same.
5-0 right now with
Duke and Arkansas.
17-48,
Can't change it now. You can't
I
change
know.
it.
I'm taking Houston for the upset.
Houston for the upset.
and you got them.
Houston for
home.
the upset.
Houston for the
I
upset.
like Houston.
I like
really
Houston.
do, man. I do. But Nova's, and that's the only reason why I'm saying that. I do like Houston, but I'm not gonna pick Nova because they done broke my heels heart before, man. It took me a while to get over that loss, by the way. But then you got Arkansas and Duke. This
Hogs.
is very, very intriguing. This matchup, man, because Duke,
they don't defend
Nope.
very well, and Arkansas likes to score the basketball. I'm gonna be real.
I have
I'm real
Arkansas
interested
going
in
all the
this.
way. So
I'm interested
Beating
in this.
Duke.
I'm interested in
I
this.
have them going all the way even prior to.
Wow.
I just believe in the team. I believe in the coach. I think he got something good going on there, and they're playing pretty good, and they're
playing
finding
good.
ways to
Razorbacks.
win. And I'm from the South, so for
Yeah.
me to go with Arkansas, that's a big
right next
deal.
door. Right next
So
door.
I think they're gonna be all right.
Wow. Okay.
I might chew my words later.
So
but I-
Arkansas over Duke.
yes.
You got Arkansas? Who you got? Duke?
It's
You know
tough,
what?
bro.
You
It
know what?
really is.
You know what? She might be onto something with the
She
with
could
the
be.
Arkansas
She
pick.
very well could be.
So I would say I would take that.
it could just be their time.
Mm-hmm.
You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying? Because it's been a long time for Arkansas. Let's be honest. I mean, getting to this point like this, how long ago has Arkansas really been in this position?
Long time.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
So it just might be their time, man. I mean, looking at the matchup, I would immediately say Duke, looking at the two team names, but based on play, Arkansas has just as good a chance to win this basketball game as Duke does.
Yeah.
I'll go Arkansas.
You going Arkansas?
I'll go Arkansas.
I'm going to be the
Arkansas.
lone wolf and
I'll go
say
Arkansas.
Duke and North Carolina wins today so that they can
So
be
they
back
match
up
up.
and see
Yeah.
the-
Yeah, I was
wanna
thinking
see
about
that.
that. I was thinking about that.
one
but
of
I'm
the
like,
best
man.
rivalries in college basketball.
And that's why I
the
don't
best
wanna
rivalry
see
in
it.
college basketball. No doubt.
Tell Coach K, get him, just go on. He retired.
Yeah.
You good. You had a great run,
We ended them once. We'll end it again.
but you shouldn't have to because Arkansas got him today.
Okay. I'm with you.
That's
I'm
all I'm
riding with
saying.
you. I'm riding with you.
Appreciate it.
So
I'm
Houston
riding with you.
and Arkansas.
That's why I got
That's the way,
Duke.
that's the way it's looking.
Houston and Duke with me.
So tomorrow you got Miami, who just really
They
came
are
out of
playing
nowhere. They
lights
are
out.
balling
Where
right
did they
now.
come from?
Where did they
came
come
out
from?
of a
Where
10
did they
seed,
come
too.
And their
from?
football team needs to look at and take notes.
Take some notes real quick.
I mean, it literally out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Like
out of nowhere.
And I
no
think
question.
I saw maybe like one or two of their last regular season games, and they did very well. And
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
And I
didn't expect
I kind of stumbled up on the game too.
that.
So
I can't say I expected that at all. No question.
Neither did I.
But they're playing Kansas, gritty ball club, big ball club, great guard play.
Mm-hmm. I just think it stops there.
I might have to stop,
Yeah.
bro.
Kansas is nice.
I think
Kansas.
they're very, very,
Kansas
very well coached
And the
disciplined.
Fighting Morris brothers.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Danny Mannings.
Danny
Yeah.
Manning. Yes. Yes. I'm with you
yeah,
there,
I think
brother.
Kansas takes one. Takes
Yeah.
that one.
I'm gonna take Kansas,
I'm
too.
gonna go with Kansas.
But I'm not mad if Miami wins.
No,
I wouldn't be
No,
mad
I
at
wouldn't
all.
be mad at
upset.
all.
No.
But I
And I
think
think
Kansas-
Miami has a lot to be happy and proud about even getting this far. No one picked Miami to get this far.
not even people
Sure.
that went to Miami.
no.
No.
No
I'm
question.
a Miami Hurricane college football fan.
Mm-hmm.
I would have never picked the basketball team to go this far.
I mean, and then you look at it. It's good next year for you to recruit.
And no
It's
one
good for
picked
you.
St.
question.
Peter's either.
that
Nobody
part.
picked-
Well, not
And
even
it's
the kids from
always
St.
that one, though.
Peter's.
It's always that one
Yeah.
team that just sneaks in there that no one even
Oh,
saw.
it happens every year.
Every year.
Every year it happens, man. We just didn't expect
No.
St. Peter's
Yeah.
to do
Not-
it.
not that
you-
school.
And
Not
if you're
that
one of them people that's saying that your bracket is still intact,
You're lying.
You are
Telling a whole lie. Stop it.
You are a liar.
Cut the
And
crap.
God does not like you for lying
Cut
yeah,
the
that's
crap.
very true. He does not like that.
because no one's bracket is intact.
Not one. Because, I mean, you just had Arizona get eliminated as well.
Boom.
That was a one that I had going. I had them going to the Final Four. Yeah. Have a seat.
Nobody's bracket is intact.
Nobody's bracket's intact, man. Stop it. Stop lying.
That's why I stopped doing those brackets.
It's frustrating, ain't it?
Yeah, I stopped too.
It's frustrating.
It's not enough logic or
really
statistical
not, man.
things
It's
to even
not.
get you in the,
It's
to get you to
not.
where you need to be. All the statistics in the world, and I'm a finance person.
There you go.
And there's not enough
not.
statistics in the world to get you to a perfect bracket. So unless you're fixing the games, and
Just based on like it being a single game elimination, right? Because you looking at even a best of 3. We ain't gonna even say 5 or 7. Just in a best of 3, you looking at somebody. They might snatch one game because the other team might have a bad day. We see that a lot in the College World Series in baseball, right? Where a team that may be overmatched, they might sneak one in because the team just had a bad day that day. But they not gonna win the series in advance. But in a one game,
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
I was gonna say it, but I was gonna let y'all do it.
Yeah, man, and we already know, man, what the outcome of that Tar Heel and St. Peter's game gonna be, man.
We already know.
Yeah, we already know, man. We no need. It ends here.
Wow, y'all
Close
better,
win?
Not
y'all
close win
better
or
hope
going
I don't
away?
have to call up here.
12. Carolina by 12.
Going away.
Going away. Going away. Not complete blowout, but going away.
I think it's gonna be close.
You got close, you got going away, and you got flat blowout.
Since he said
I'll
12
pick
and
the
over,
middle.
I'm gonna do 12 and under.
I'll pick the middle. 12, I think that's a good number.
12.
A dozen.
I mean, I didn't think Miami was gonna do UCLA like that.
Okay.
UCLA was playing. I mean, they pretty much lost that game. And they just didn't expect Miami to come out firing like that. It was some unsung heroes in that Miami game. And don't take nothing away from that UCLA team and that entire team, man. They played really well.
Mm-hmm.
And their point guard, what's
But they end up playing Iowa State.
no Iowa
Iowa
State.
We
Iowa State.
played UCLA last night. Yeah.
Right. But that game with the UCLA game, man, that was
Yeah. It
was
was
a
a
really
bomb.
good game.
I knew it
they
was
point
it was
guard
over.
remind me of
They
Tyus
special.
Edney.
The dude don't turn the ball over at all, bro.
He just reminds me of Tyus Edney.
He
man.
takes care of the basketball, bro. Like he really does. But what really got me to thinking that UNC would really win this game going away is UCLA was playing way too much one-on-one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Entirely too much one-on-one basketball. And it got in their own way.
Yeah.
It got in their own way of things because we stayed the course. Playing team basketball the entire 40 minutes, stayed the course. When they got to doing, the one-on-one, and they got gifted one-on-one players, let's not get it twisted. But I saw that late, like the middle part of that second half. I'm like, yeah, we got these dudes right where we want them because that's going to eventually dwindle.
I think the light's gonna be just a tad bit too big for St. Peter's.
Just a tad. It's gonna be too much.
I hope you guys are right.
It's gonna
for
be too much.
yourselves.
It's gonna be
I do.
too much sky blue in that thing, man.
I have no dog in that fight.
And then don't let MJ show up. Oh, it's a done deal. If Mike show up,
He ain't showing.
if Big Game James show up,
that might be the fire for St. Peter's though.
If Sam Perkins
Because
show
let me tell
up,
you, Michael Jordan show up, I'll put on 5-inch heels. I'm gonna ball out. You hear me? So you might
That's
not
right.
want MJ to show up.
eh,
I mean,
that's a lot.
at the end of the day, you guys probably will win. However, I'm not gonna count St. Peter's.
You
out
can't
at all.
count anybody
you
out
can't.
right
You can't.
now.
Not at
I'm not
this
gonna
stage.
count them
Not
out.
at this stage. You make it this far, you can't count nobody out. But it's over.
They've had some pretty big stages, and they've done what they needed to do.
No doubt.
Let the ball bounce. Sports Talk Radio, man. Your guy Dre Bailey,
Man, Goose Thomas.
Bill Blockham, Logan, the Miss Lacey in
Yes,
the
indeed,
building, man.
Yes, indeed. International Women's Month, man, and we could not let the month go by without having a woman here at the desk offering perspective.
And she's a woman who identified with a woman.
100%.
100%.
100%.
Because there were a couple of men that wanted to come in during International Women's Month,
Right?
but we just didn't find the right opportunity for them. So
Well, I appreciate you guys picking a woman this time. I'm gonna leave it at that.
yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Let me ask you this from a woman's perspective, because we have a lot of women that have been defending the transgender man playing in women's sports. We have a lot of women defending that.
Mhm.
And we have a lot of men
Tons of men.
Defending it as well.
defending it as well. I understand you don't have a dog in the fight as far as like, kids that play sports and things like that. But as a woman and a woman being into sports and watching sports, how does it make you feel looking and seeing things that are like this? now in 2022?
Okay, the word that you use is feel. So feel to what I feel and what I know to somewhat be factual is different.
Yeah.
So from a feeling, I am indifferent simply because as someone who has a transgender woman as a friend who I love dearly, I will hope that she will be included, not just inclusion, but included in anything that she wanted to do.
Gotcha.
With the parameters that are set for you to be included.
Gotcha.
The NCAA has rules that you have to follow to be included. So this is not somebody, and we're going to speak what's currently in, which is, Leo Thomas and swimming. There are rules in place to make sure that you did not decide yesterday. Like, you can't decide that you want to go play volleyball tomorrow in the women's league. You have to go through things to make sure that you're able to do that. The science states, based on the factors around it, that these women are allowed to play. Okay? That is the facts. And I'm going to acknowledge that. From a feeling standpoint, as someone who is an ex-athlete, and I know I probably would feel a way that someone who is bigger than me in stature, which, yes, there are women that are bigger than me. I mean, I am
There's
not
some
going to
bigger
go.
than me now.
I'm not going
Right
to go.
now.
I am
Oh,
not
yeah.
going to go play basketball with Brittany Griner. Hope she gets here soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not going to
so.
go play because she's going to, she's going to just beat me, right? But at the same time, I also want to know that it is hard when you work hard for something and you have trained and did everything that you were supposed to do right. And then here comes this caveat that steps in and makes the game different for you. So what I don't want to do in the light of including people is that we forget about the people who are already there.
Come on now.
And as a woman, that is the part that I struggle with.
Yeah.
Because, I think in a lot of this inclusion, women, and however you want to call them, cis women, biological women, whatever your terminology is for them, I call them women because that's what they are. A female human is a woman. I feel like we are getting lost in the story.
Yeah.
And that is the part that is concerning for me, because I think you can include people without excluding the ones that are already there.
Sure.
And so I just don't want those women who are currently in the sport to get excluded.
And
So
that's what's happening
let me,
right now as
let
we
me,
speak.
Let me get
Great
that's
perspective.
It's a great perspective. And so now we about to get our Dr. Phil on, because I want to come from another angle. Black men for years have been getting a lot of flack for the way that we treat our black queens and our queens, period.
Yeah.
Not standing up for you, not always doing the right things by you. And then you get a time like this where us kings step up and say, that's not right.
On behalf of all women, too.
Enough is enough.
Okay.
And we're not gonna allow you to disrespect our queens anymore. This is where we draw the line. So I say all that to say, you can't have it both ways. You can't say as a woman, for years, our black kings aren't standing up for us or protecting us. But then when we do step up and protect and say something, then that's still a problem. How do you think that makes the black, the kings of this world? How do, it makes us feel like, well, damn, we damned if we do, we damned if we don't.
Kind of a no good deed
So
goes
my
unpunished
question
type
to
deal.
that is, what is the statistics of black women in swimming?
Not it.
So who are we standing up for then? That's not standing up for black women.
Well, standing up for women,
Yeah,
period.
that's women, period.
Yeah.
But we're talking the kings of queens in the black community,
Right.
Right? It's not a. Yeah, there's
Yeah, yeah,
there
other
are
sports
other
too.
sports, but that's not the sport that's at hand, right? Like right now we're talking about swimming, but if we talk about other sports outside of, we haven't seen, and it's not that it's not going to happen, right? But we haven't seen a trans woman decide that she wants to play basketball.
It's coming.
Track is happening.
Track and
Track
field is
happening.
there.
Yep.
So, and that might be the sport, right?
Yep.
But I just want to make sure that when we do have an outpour, and if we're going to talk about the Black community as a whole, right, that we make sure that the Black women are included in that.
So
If to me,
So
that
they-
would make better sense to me if we were talking about at this point in time a track situation.
Which
but
we
you
did speak
also
about.
have an opposite side of that, where there was a Black woman that they said she produced too much testosterone and she couldn't.
And
So when do we then draw the line?
horrible. She should be running.
So
It's really
Yeah, because we have the same thing about like the swimmer, where this guy was running track and he was
terrible.
terrible. I ain't gonna say terrible. He just wasn't good enough
he
as the
wasn't
other
good.
athletes.
okay,
So he chose to change his gender identity, started racing against women, and all
Killing
of a
'em.
sudden he started blowing these women out of the water, which he should be. That's a man.
so the whole doing
So my
anything
thing,
for
so my
clout.
thing is, we talked about this,
Oh, years ago when it happened.
and this was a black.
I remember the
Yes.
story. I remember the story.
So we talked about this before the white swimmer came out.
Yeah.
So we've been defending the wrongness of this whole situation.
Absolutely.
And there's certain people who felt differently than we felt, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But we defended this. I mean, we've spoken out on this
You
a
have.
long time ago, which our stance is it's wrong.
and you're right to
And
have
whatever
that stance.
parameters they're put on those, put in there for them to compete. Well, you can put parameters in all you want to. Is it right though?
So I think so this is layered, okay? Because now we're not only talking about physically, but now we're talking about where someone is mentally. And I know some of you have a lot more background in that than I do. But the whole I'm struggling with that I am going to change my entire identity to win one award. It's just one, right? Like, so I'm going to change my entire being just to be number one in a swim race.
Right.
That's tough for me to wrap my head around. Now, if we never hear from Leah again, I think we have a problem on our hand, right? Because some people go to extremes to be number one.
Sure.
But if we see Leah swimming later on down the line in the Olympics and all that, then maybe this was something that was important, to her, and that she wanted to do it at a time when she felt right. So, like I said, it's so murky waters for me that I hate to say that I have a stance on it because
And it's understood.
like I
understood.
said, I, as somebody who truly believes in diversity, equity, and inclusion, is
Yeah.
actually what my dissertation is going to be.
Nice.
on.
Hey.
So,
Loving it.
so I don't want to seem like I don't care about their feelings, because I do.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
also at the same time, I just want to make sure that the women who were born women, I think that's the best word to say, that they are also included in that conversation.
and
That's
not
all
get
we want.
lost.
and
that's
not
all we
get lost
want.
in the
That's
conversation.
all we want.
Which I think we are getting lost in the conversation a lot in a lot of aspects of life.
That's what.
And
we
I think
try
that
not to
is
let happen.
and I appreciate you guys for
Yes.
doing that, because you just want to make sure that we are not lost in the conversation, but at the same time I also know as a woman what it feels like to be excluded.
Yeah.
Well, he had his daughter. He had his daughter on the show, and he
Okay.
asked her the same question. What did she say?
Well, she just said that she, it's she feels that it would be unfair. It's unfair. It wouldn't stop her from playing, but
Right.
it's just unfair.
Right.
So-
And I think she has a great she's right with feeling that
At
it's
13
unfair.
years, she's 13.
Yeah.
She was 13.
Yeah.
I think it was last year.
Yeah.
She's 13.
And I agree with her feeling that it's unfair, because I'm going to validate her feelings. I do believe that. I think it's a different from high school to college.
Yeah.
We all know that puberty is different in how it hits people. Men, I mean, I've seen some guys I went to college with. Freshman year, they were 5'6". They came back sophomore year and they were 6'2". We're like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah, what
happened?
happened?
Yeah.
Growth
You know,
spurt.
so those growth spurts are different. Where a lot of
Anthony
women, we pretty much peak in
Yeah,
high
you don't
school.
experience that.
Once we're probably in the 9th, 10th grade, that's probably about as tall as we're going to be. So all of those are factors that I think we have to put into play. But overall, my feeling is that this is murky waters, and that we need to make sure that we keep women included in the conversation, and to make sure that we are heard.
Yes. And not get lost.
Because the
And
thing
in
is,
translation.
where will this end?
So here's the
I think
thing.
that's the problem. I
Who's
have
to say? Who's to
more
say?
so than anything.
Who's to say there's not a gay guy on the 12th guy on the bench, and he wants to change his identity and go play in the WNBA? Where is this going to lead to, and then probably not end?
I think
I said end, but my thing is
Yeah.
probably not end.
So it's not going to end.
No, I don't
I would
see
just
it.
tell you that now. It's not going
Because
to
that
end.
was an executive order
Yeah.
that Joe Biden made when the first thing he did as soon as he got in office.
Yeah, it's not going to end, and it's not going to end until whoever has the policymakers' hand that they feel that they are included.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a minute before, and I don't think that it is an end, because we are evolving people.
Yeah.
And as we get to learn more people, it's going to be different.
And I agree with you that
It's gonna be a
the women in those sports should have a say.
I
do
100% agree with
I
that.
do agree with you on that.
I believe that they should have a say.
Yep.
But yeah.
Hey,
Wow.
great show,
Excellent
man.
insight right there,
Excellent,
bro. I love
excellent
it. I
insight.
love
I
it.
love the fact that we didn't know any of that, of having a personal friend and,
Right,
and
right,
things like
right.
that, going through that. And I had a person renting out my space that's a transgender also. I deal with Jamie all the time, and
Yeah. That's
she's
right, I remember you telling me.
she's a
Yeah.
really nice person. So at the end of the day, we have experience with dealing with said people, and these are just emotions and feelings that people are really starting to really speak about, and I think it's a conversation that needs to happen.
Absolutely.
And we don't need to shoot each other down
Ongoing.
for having the conversation.
Absolutely.
So at
Absolutely.
the end of the day, man, your guy Dre Bailey,
Man, Goose Thomas.
Bill Blockham Logan, Miss Lacey
Yes,
in the
indeed.
building.
Yes, indeed.
You are Let the
Come on,
Ball
man.
Bounces co-host.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
I mean,
Wow.
if you were
That's
in
what I wanted.
no, I'm telling you now, if you were in town, you would be a mainstay.
Oh yeah, you be here.
Aw,
I
that
think
makes me feel so good.
this show needs a voice like yours, a person who loves their sports, knows their sports,
Yes.
and is a woman, and just a beautiful spirit inside and out. And so
Thank you.
we extend that invitation to you to come out anytime
I appreciate
that you
it.
want. And this was an
If you
absolute
want to take a red
pleasure.
eye, come to Vegas on a Saturday.
He gonna spend some of that OT money on that ticket.
Yeah, because you do owe me.
Hey,
You do owe me.
Hey, Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio, man. Your guy Dre Bailey,
Man, Goose Thomas.
Bill Blockham Logan, Miss
Yeah.
Lacey in the building, man. And guess what, man? If you scared,
You better go to church.